Hello everyone, Dr. Gagandeep this side, and in this tutorial we are going to discuss the topic change of order of integration. Often this concept is a matter of concern for the students because we need repeated understanding into this concept, and for this I have made this quick revision video of change of order. In this question, I have taken a question of double integration in which there are two limits. The outer limit is going from 0 to 4 and the inner limit is going from x to 2 root x, and the function is fxy, and the variables of integration are given to me in the order of dy dx. The first and foremost thing that we need to keep in mind before doing the change of order is to verify if the order given in the question is correct, if it is uniform or not. As in this case, you can see that the inner variable of integration is dy. So the inner limit has to be of y is equal to something to y is equal to something. It is being verified here. As you can see, the inner variable is dy and the limits are y is equal to x to y is equal to 2 root x. So that means the inner limit is uniform. Outer variable of integration is dx and the outer limit is x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. So that means it is again uniform. On the other hand, if I am given a question like this 0 to 4 x to 2 root x fx y, and it is given to me as dx dy, since now it is not uniform because the inner limit is y is equal to something to y is equal to 2 root x, but the inner variable is dx. And the outer limit is x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4 and the outer variable of integration is dy. So what we will be doing here, either we need to interchange the limits, that this limit will be x is equal to something to x is equal to something, or we can simply do interchange, we can do the interchanging of this order. Interchanging of this order is not a crucial task, but interchanging the limits, that is to make this limit y is equal to something to x is equal to something, and this limit as x is equal to something to y is equal to something, involves serious considerations, because of which the topic is known as change of order of integration. So instead, what I need to do, sticking back to the question, what I need to do in this is that I shall be finding out a new integral. The variable or the function of integration, or we can say the integrand, will remain same. The order of integration limits should be dx dy, and the inner limit should go from x is equal to something to x is equal to something, and the outer limit must go from y is equal to something to y is equal to something. So what I need to do, I need to fill these red question marks over here. For this, first of all, let us just understand how to plot the graph. Now for plotting the graph, we always consider the limits. So the inner limit is going from y is equal to x to y is equal to 2 root x, which is basically a straight line to a parabola y square is equal to 4x. And if I see the outer limit, so the outer limit is going from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4, which is basically from a straight line to straight line. Now plotting this, let us just plot it. As you can see, this is the origin. The first, it is y is equal to x to y square is equal to 4x. So that means y is equal to x is what? Y is equal to x is a straight line passing through origin. And y square is equal to 4x is what? Y square is equal to 4x is basically a right hand parabola. The point of intersection of, as you can see that this is a point of intersection, I need to find it. So it is y square is equal to 4x intersecting with y is equal to x. So I am putting y is equal to x into this. What I am getting x square is equal to 4x, which implies me x square minus 4x is equal to 0, or I can take x common, x minus 4 is equal to 0. So what I am getting, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 4. For x is equal to 0 from y is equal to x, I have y is equal to 0, and for x is equal to 4, I have y is equal to 4. So the two intersection points are 0, 0 and 4, 4. So this is 0, 0. So definitely this point is 4, 4. And now let me just plot it alongside. This is y is equal to 0. This is y square is equal to 4x. So the first limit is done for plotting. Now coming on to the second limit, that is from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. X is equal to 0, I know that it is my y-axis, because on y-axis everywhere x stands 0, and x is equal to 4 will be a line passing from 4 comma 0, and that will be a straight line like this. Now let us just consider the shaded region. Now if I see the shaded region is going from a straight line y is equal to x to a parabola y square is equal to 4x. So that means the shaded region. Now understand one thing, if it is limit of y, if it is limit of y is equal to something to y is equal to something, then the variable of integration is dy, and the line in the shaded region, then the line in the shaded region must be parallel to y-axis. So there is uniformity. If the limit is y is equal to something to y is equal to something, variable of integration is of y, and the line in the shaded region will be parallel to y-axis. On the other hand side, if it is the limit of x is equal to something to x is equal to something, the variable will be dx and the line will be parallel to x-axis. So accordingly, as we can see that the first limits are y is equal to something to y is equal to something, and the variable of integration is also dy. So that means the shaded region must be considered parallel to y-axis. Now if I say parallel to y-axis and see a line parallel to y-axis, so I can see here that from parallel to y-axis I am entering from a straight line to a parabola. So that means the shaded region is this, parallel to y-axis and from straight line to the parabola. On the other hand side, if I look at the x coordinates, so it is going from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. So that means it is going from this x is equal to 0 to this x is equal to 4, which is basically the corner to corner of this shaded region. So outer limit is always from constant to constant, and it is always traced from corner to corner of the shaded region. So if I see this shaded region, now in this shaded region, this is my orientation of the line. This is from straight line to a parabola, and two corners are there, 0, 0 and 4, 4. Now I need an integrand like this. What I need is that my integration should be, the function fxy should remain same, but the inner limit should be now with respect to x. So it should be x is equal to something to x is equal to something. So if I am into the shaded region and I am selecting the limits of x, so make it a very clear thing that if it is the limit of x, we will be entering the shaded region parallel to x-axis. If I am entering the shaded region from parallel to x-axis, then my entering direction must be from left to right. So if I am entering parallel to x-axis, my entering direction will be from left to right. And if I am entering the shaded region parallel to y-axis, so my entering direction will be from bottom to up. So now the inner limit is dx. That means the limits are from x to x. I will be entering the shaded region parallel to x-axis, and the parallel to x-axis orientation is this, from left to right. From left to right, moving from left to right, I can see that I am entering the shaded region from the parabola and I am leaving the shaded region at the straight line. Now in the parabola, what I am having my equation is y square is equal to 4x. So that means that here my x is basically y square upon 4. So the limit should be from the parabola to the straight line. So that means from the parabola the limit will be x is equal to y square upon 4 to to the straight line. So the straight line is x is equal to y. Because it was y is equal to x, so the straight line will be x is equal to y in the form of x. Now the outer limit is from from y to y. Outer limit must be from y to y. And for the outer limit, we have to remember two things. Number one, it is always a constant limit, that it always goes from constant to constant. And in the outer limit, we always traverse from corner to corner. So since the outer limit is from y to y, so that means I will be entering the shaded region parallel to y-axis. Parallel to y-axis, my direction is this, from bottom to up. From bottom to up, two corners are there, this corner and this corner. And in these two corners, I have y points as y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 4. So the outer limit will be y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 4. So this is the whole concept of change of order of integration, in which we need to take care of the uniformity, we need to take care of the shaded region, and we need to take care also that from which direction we need to enter. So as you can see in the answer, that my inner limit was, earlier my inner limit was y is equal to x to y is equal to 2 root x. Now my inner limit are in the form of x, from x is equal to y square upon 4 to x is equal to y. My inner variable of integration was dy. Now my inner variable of integration is dx. My outer variable of integration, no, sorry, limit was x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. Now my outer limits of integration are y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 4. And my outer variable of integration was dx, and now it has become dy. So what we are having, this is our obtained answer. And if you are asked to solve the integral further, then we will be solving this integral after changing the orders. So with this, I end up this tutorial. So that I hope that you guys have understood it. Thank you.